Hey guys, right, so at Car Audio Security we work on a lot of different vehicles, from BMWs to Porsches to Ferraris, all sorts, but every now and again we get a little gem like this come through our workshop. Now this is a British classic, 1970s Triumph Stag, V8 in the front, rumbling away, but the question is, can you get an old car like this to sound any good? Stick around to find out. So yeah, a absolutely gorgeous 1970s Triumph Stag, a British classic sports car made to be a rival to the Mercedes SL of this era. Now, this thing is mint as it is. I think this is actually painted in mimosa yellow, it might be wrong. Now bear in mind, this thing's like 20 years older than I am, so bear with me, but it looks wicked. It's on wire wheels. It's got the V8 up front. This has actually still got the original Triumph V8 in there, not the Rover, which people tend to swap over into, and it's convertible. So essentially the customer came to me and asked for a serious install in this car. He said, it's only my weekend car, I don't use it very often, but when I use it, I want people to know that I'm using it. I want people to hear me from down the road. So that's what we gave him. Let me show you. Okay, so just to be clear, this is not our first rodeo with a Stag. We've done a good amount of installs in Triumph Stags before. They're a very, very popular vehicle. There's a very, very cult following for these cars, and almost all of the customers are looking for an audio upgrade. This being a car from the 70s, the original speakers are pretty cack, let's be honest. But an average install in a car like this would be an upgraded head unit, a 4x6 single 4x6 speaker in the dash, a couple of speakers maybe in a pod in the rear, and a little sub in the footwell. But this customer didn't want an average install, so we've gone to town with it. To start off with, we've installed the Pioneer AVH Z7200. Now this is this flip out screen. I'll open it up in a second for you. But now this is the only motorized flip out screen on the market at the moment. This one's made by Pioneer. This has CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, DAB, you name it, all the features you need, and loads of audio adjustment, which we definitely need for this install. And then if you gaze on upwards, you'll see on the dash, instead of the normal 4x6 grille that's usually all broken and falling to pieces, we've made a custom mounted pod with two Rockford Fosgate bullet tweeters. And when I say bullet tweeters, they are like being shot in the ears. They are some serious treble coming out of here, but that's what the customer wanted. And let me tell you, these things are sharp. Now, in the fronts, as there's not normally any front door speakers in these vehicles, we've had to custom make pods. So we've essentially, all from scratch, made custom on-axis pods for these Rockford Fosgate T3 6.5-inch component speakers. They're looking absolutely wicked behind the Rockford grills here. Again, on-axis, so the woofer is slightly canted towards the driver and the tweeter is right canted towards the driver. That just gives you a nice amount of soundstage in the front. And then let me show you what's going on in the back. Okay, so in the back, again, we've done fully custom pods to house these Rockford T4 6.5-inch components. Now, you may be wondering, why have we put T3s in the front and T4s in the back? The T4s are a generally better speaker. Now, the T4s, being a louder speaker, they are generally louder as they have more of a bullet style tweeter. Now, the customer definitely wanted the treble to come from the rear, but he also wanted it up front. So we've gone with the T4s in the back because they have that kind of bullet style tweeter on them. And then as we've got the T3s in the front, we put the bullet tweeters on the dash. So it's got more than enough coming from the front and just enough coming from behind to balance everything out. But these things look wicked. Again, fully custom pods that we've made here, all wrapped in vinyl to match the rest of the interior. And yeah, I mean, just look at it, it looks immense. Now, for the very exciting bit is under the boot lid. Okay. Look at that. Let's go through it bit by bit. So from what you can see on the top half, we've got a Rockford T1001 driving the subwoofer, a Rockford T804 driving all the speakers in the vehicle. We've got all these custom panels that we've made on top of the custom boot floor panel. So obviously we've done carpet, black carpet on the boot floor, and then we've done accents here. We're in the vinyl, just to break it up. So we've got carpet, we've got vinyl, works with the rest of the aesthetics of the car. We've run LED cob lighting all the way around all of this, so it all lights up really, really nicely. Obviously it's quite bright out here, so you may not be able to see it perfectly. Here is a custom Perspex panel lit up with LEDs with the customer's surname. He wanted that just to break everything up, make it look like his own. It's his own piece of art. Over this side, we've got the customer's Rockford T2 12-inch subwoofer. Now, this is not a current model. This is quite old. This was actually purchased from us 7-8 years ago, at least, I would say. We installed it for him in the first place. This is a returning customer. We've installed it into cars, taken it out, put it in others, taken it out, put it in others, and it's lasted a very, very long time for him, and it's always been good. So we've utilized this subwoofer in this build. Now, underneath here, we've created a custom sealed subwoofer enclosure. This car basically has the fuel tank in the boot. So right underneath here, there's a fuel tank. So you lose a lot of space in the boot. So we've utilized this half of the boot for the subwoofer enclosure, and then this half is all the amps and the wiring. Now, underneath all of this is a hell of a lot of sound deadening. We've gone to town with the sound deadening, and then also behind this panel here, there is normally a metal wall between the boot and the rest of the car. So to allow the bass to travel through more into the cabin as best it can, we've actually drilled holes in there. So we've not gone mad with it. It's still structurally strong, but we've sound deadened all of that as well. And then that way the bass can come through without having to have the boot lid open. And then lastly, what we did to finish everything off is we made this custom panel on top of the boot lid, as this is normally just exposed metal. It's all sound deadened under here, so the boot lid is absolutely solid. And yeah, I mean, this is a serious boot build, something definitely show worthy. This is what the customer wanted as well. He takes it to shows and wants to be able to show it off, and he definitely can now. Now, as usual, I've gone on crazy talking about the build. Let's actually listen to it and give you guys an idea what a system like this should really sound like. Okay, so we're ready to go with the audio test. Now, quickly, I'll run through the screen. So as you can see, it's all flipped out now. So when it's gone back in, it looks like a basic singled-in radio. You wouldn't be able to tell, but then when it flips out, you've got this nice big 7-inch display. Again, like I said, it's got CarPlay and Android Auto. We're just going to be streaming through Bluetooth at this point, but you've got the LEDs along the bottom. They're RGB, so you can change whatever color you'd like on them. Nice volume knob on the side. And then talking of volume knobs, on my right-hand side, I've got 2 controllers. One is to boost the treble. So we've got control of the rear tweeters and these bullet tweeters up front, which is off of this dial on the front. And then I've also got a bass controller to control the bass. So I'm going to play my copyright-free music, see how it sounds. I'm going to start on volume 0 and creep it up. So volume 10, that's already plenty loud for most people and is extremely clear. The clarity is amazing. Boost it up a bit. So 15, we're getting loud now. 17. Let's go a bit more. It's only half volume. Push the treble a bit more. Yeah, I mean, I'm barely even stressing this audio system, and that's way more than enough for me. But this, like I say, this customer wanted that really nice, bright system, something he can control. That's why we've added that controller in there. Then bullet tweeters up the front there have just brightened everything up. You've got really good soundstage anyway, and I can turn it down if I don't want so much brightness. And those T4s in the back, wow, you really feel them coming through, even with that rear hatch open. Yeah, it sounds fantastic. And then another thing that I'm really impressed with, and actually very surprised on how well it's coming through, is the bass. Now, obviously that's that Rockford T2 12-inch in the back there, the old school one. The amount that's coming through is very surprising. Obviously the boot in this car is completely separate, like the worst car in the world for bass. But as we've drilled the holes through the bulkhead there, it's really letting that bass come through. Don't get me wrong, it's not earth-shattering bass, but more than enough to keep up with the system, to complement the rest of the system. And then one other thing to note is sound deadening. These cars are, I mean, they're essentially tin cans. They're made in the 70s in Britain, so you can imagine what it's like. So sound deadening is a must. We've done the full sound deadening in the front doors and the full boot lid and the boot floor, and it's made a big difference. This car used to rattle like mad even with the original system in here, so with this mega system in here, it needed it. So I know without a shadow of a doubt this customer is going to be absolutely over the moon. I know I'm really happy with it. Everyone in the company that's seen it is blown away by it. So this customer is going to be ecstatic when he hears this. So very excited for that. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I am over the moon with this install. I'm really happy, and again, like I said, I'm sure the customer is going to be absolutely ecstatic with this. There's been a lot of labour time gone into this car. It's been with us for 3 and a bit weeks, even just to get it back to the bare bones, start with the sound deadening, go through into making all the door builds, running all the cabling, I mean the zero gauge cabling going through from the battery all the way to the back, distributing it all, running the speaker cables, making the pods. There's a lot of work gone into this car, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, it sounds crazy. I mean, just people walking past now whilst we're filming are commenting on how good this thing sounds from down the street. So yeah, again, customer's gonna be over the moon. If you guys have enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed looking at this car, you like the build, please just drop us a like. We really appreciate it. And drop a comment down below as well, maybe what you would have done differently, or if you've got a Stag yourself, get in contact. We can do an audio upgrade. Doesn't have to be to this crazy extent. We can do both ends of the spectrum. We can do a basic audio install, or we can go absolutely mad with it with a boot build and bullet tweeters and stuff like this. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.